I've been going to the festival since as long as I can remember. I've lived in Traverse City my whole life. I'm 21. So it was something I was interested in, coming back home for a semester and being able to work on the other side of the festival and kind of be behind the scenes. I was color guard captain for St. Francis for 2 years, so I performed in the Cherry Royale parade for a couple of years, and I've been involved in the festival for several years, so I was just excited to be able to kind of see what it's like putting it on instead of going to the festival.
To get the job, I applied online, and then I got an email back probably within 2 days asking for a phone interview. So I did a phone interview, and then maybe 2 weeks later they asked me to come up here to the office, and I had a second interview here with Tim and Karen, who's now gone. But yeah, so I did 2 interviews, and then they called me and offered me the internship.
Studying business administration and event planning in England right now, and I did an international event management class, private school in Germany. So that's what I'm going into. It's my interest pretty much. So I was looking for an internship in that specific spot. So, and that's pretty much why I applied for the USA, since I'm really into it, like into the States, and I've been here so much before, and I'm just trying to, you know, kind of get more experience in the business world, since I've been here for school and everything, but not for the business. So I was more looking in the USA than anywhere else.
Biggest surprise is the weather. I have never been through this much snow, and I didn't know that this much snow could possibly fall from the sky, and so late in the year too. So the weather was probably the biggest shock to me.
Well, day to day now, I just obviously I'm in the office all day, but during festivals, since we have vendors and we've got sales going on and we've got raffles and lotteries and all kinds of monetary transactions going on everywhere all day long, if there's some kind of need, I pretty much have to be anywhere throughout festival, and I get called and I'll go and run around like a crazy person. And then at night I have to do everything that I do here, because you'll still sell stuff potentially online or at the door, and it has to be accounted for and go through our books. So then I'll have to sit at night and do that.
My favorite part is when I can step back and see during the event that, wow, you know, I've helped make this happen. The best feeling is to see something successful that you've helped plan and create for so long. I mean, Cherry Festival itself is going to be a huge accomplishment when we're down there and we can kind of get a second to relax and kind of absorb it all. But I mean, this year we've done 3 new events: the Leaping Leprechaun, Winter Wild Fest, and the Global Wine Warm-Up. And you know, the interns have been instrumental in all of those. And for me, just seeing that I've helped create something this big has really been, you know, a great experience. So,
Pride.
yeah.
I would say the best advice that I would have been given and that I would like to pass on would be just to be a sponge, to immerse yourself in every opportunity that you get throughout the week of festival and throughout all of the process leading up to it. Every extra opportunity, like going to selection weekend for Queen's program, going to all of our extra events and extra meetings, you learn so much. And I think a lot of people might take that for granted because it's 1 extra hour on top of the work week, but you really, you gain a lot of experience that way, and it's more fun for you in the long run because there's more stuff that you've worked on and you're kind of spreading yourself out further, right?
My future plans is actually to stay here, to end up here in some way. I've been working on it. I've been working on it for a long time. It's just hard with all the immigrant stuff. I am going to finish my bachelor degree in Durham, in England. Alright, let's do this again. I'm going to finish my bachelor degree in Durham in England next year, so I'll be studying from September to June and have my bachelor degree, and then I'm going to apply. And I'm hoping more to get, like I'm going to apply a lot probably over here rather than Germany or anywhere else. So that's kind of where I'm going to. We'll see how it works out.
Well, it's allowed us as managers to kind of take it to that next step. And there's always, you know, you can only go so far as one person. And so when you have a team underneath you, it allows you to do so much more for the festival and the community when you have all those people that are coming in and kind of are, you know, arms of what you do to get it done. So it really has helped us, and we've now expanded into where we do the Winter Wow Fest events in February. So we've got that whole group of competitive events and all the operations that goes along with that. We did the Leaping Leprechaun this year. So with all that extra help in the office, it's allowed us to do those events. So it's really helped out.
We decided we wanted to upgrade the program and do a little bit more with it. I had history with the Whitecaps baseball team in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We pulled a lot of what they were doing well and brought it up here to Traverse City. We looked to Central Michigan University and their Recreation, Parks, and Leisure department. They've got a very well-managed department and a very well-developed internship program. And we used those as models, and we built it from there. And I think it's been, in the 4 years, we've gone from about 4 interns up to 7, and a number of success stories over those 4 years.
Okay. Trevor started it. He was the one that really had a lot of the interns at first, and then we all kind of branched out and got our interns from there. So Jen with operations takes, she has 3 interns this year. Trevor has 2 for sales. I have 1 for administrative and event planning, and then finance has 1. And in the past, finance has taken up to 2. So we've
when
gone.
did it become more formalized? Like when you guys were doing the application process and the.
About 3 years ago. It was kind of an informal process, and then we branched out and we thought of areas that we really could utilize interns, and so we made it a formal process and applied with a lot of colleges and got into the intern network through the chambers and kind of went from there.
Why the Cherry Festival? Why would they want to come here?
Why would you want to come to the Cherry Festival? Well, for one, it's in Traverse City, Michigan. I think it's the most beautiful place, and when my wife and I had children, we decided we were going to leave Grand Rapids and come back to Traverse City because it is such a beautiful town, great place to be. We're a nonprofit organization that's growing in a lot of different directions. So you're going to get a taste for almost a for-profit strategy with our 501c4 side, but we also have a foundation. So you're getting a broad understanding of events, but also of business and event planning and all the different aspects associated with a festival. And we are, I would say, a top caliber festival. All of the interns I've had have stayed in Traverse City. And only one of them was from Traverse City. So one of the success stories, I think, is that we're introducing young, great minds to Traverse City, and they want to stay here because it is a beautiful place to stay. It's a beautiful place to live and start a family. And they haven't all stayed in events. Some have. I've got one who works at Victor Incentives right now. They do event planning and a few other things here based out of Traverse City. I've had interns work for banks and financial planners. You just start to they get incorporated into the community, and you meet so many great people when you're working for the festival. The opportunities are really endless. This year is a little bit different for me. I've got 2 students who are still in school. In the past, I've had students who were graduating and they were ready to start in the working world. So these 2 this year are special. So they're going to get to go back with a totally different perspective, which will change how they proceed with college from here moving forward. And hopefully, they decide to come back here someday. But my hope is that they just figured out maybe a little bit sooner what they want to do while they still have a chance to maybe change their programming in school and decide maybe a little bit more specifically what they want to do. So.